The woman was terrified to see a strange eerie tree suddenly appear in the middle of the road. At the same time, they had already encountered this same tree 7 times back and forth on the route. This made the woman instantly realize that there must be a pregnant woman hiding among the passengers. However, all the passengers present insisted that none of them were pregnant. Some even threatened the female driver not to cause panic or they would report her. But the woman said she was not joking with them at all. If there really was a pregnant woman on board, then everyone would be in serious danger. After that, she decided she would personally conduct a search to check for a pregnant passenger. This immediately made the passengers on the bus very unhappy. They bluntly said she was just a driver and had no right to do something like that. While everyone was protesting her actions, the lights inside the bus suddenly flickered. This made the already nervous passengers even more frightened. And the woman also realized that if she still could not find the pregnant woman, things would become dangerous. So she rushed over to the wealthy woman, grabbed her and tried to inspect her. Unexpectedly, she was slapped hard in the face by the wealthy woman in return. An older woman nearby even pushed her straight to the ground. Angrily, she accused the woman of having no right to touch her daughter-in-law. Seeing this, the woman was completely speechless. She warned them again that continuing like this would be very dangerous. But the wealthy woman thought she was just trying to make up ghost stories to scare them, and then trying to demand more fair money. So she pulled out a stack of cash and threw it at the woman's face, saying she had plenty of money and told her to start driving immediately. Little did she know that with the violent shaking of the bus, everything had already become too late. It turned out the woman was a night shift bus driver. Before his death, her grandfather had specifically warned her, saying that on this night route she drove, no pregnant women were ever allowed on board, otherwise something very bad would happen. For the safety of everyone on the bus, the woman always remembered her grandfather's advice. Before every departure, she would repeatedly confirm that no pregnant passengers were allowed. But today, several passengers who clearly knew the rules still forced their way onto the bus. After everyone sat down, the woman once again stressed the rule for this trip. She stated that pregnant women were absolutely not allowed on the night route. The passengers impatiently told her to start driving already. They said there were definitely no pregnant women on board, so she should stop worrying. After hearing this, the woman said nothing more. She sat in the driver's seat, started the engine and prepared to set off. However, not long after the bus left, a student curiously asked her what would happen if a pregnant woman really got on. The woman calmly said that if a pregnant woman boarded, everyone would suffer. As soon as she said this, everyone instantly widened their eyes in fear. And the woman with hidden intentions was so scared she ended up sitting on her husband's lap. But the man thought she was just exaggerating to scare people. He told her to stop talking nonsense and frightening everyone. The woman said whether they believed it or not did not matter. This rule had been passed down on this route for 30 years. It was not something they could choose to disbelieve. Soon they arrived deep inside the forest. The woman once again warned everyone that if there really was a pregnant passenger, it was still time to get off. Once they fully entered the forest, even regret would be useless. Upon hearing this, the man angrily questioned whether she was done yet. He said there were only a few people on the bus, so where could there possibly be a pregnant woman? The female white-collar worker also said she was definitely not pregnant and told her to drive. The student also insisted there could be no pregnant passenger on board, urging her to leave quickly. So the woman started the bus again and drove into the forest. Along the way, everything seemed calm and nothing unusual happened. Seeing this, the man became even more convinced that the woman had been exaggerating to scare them. And the older woman also said it must be because the woman's driving skills were poor. She was afraid of taking responsibility if a pregnant passenger got hurt, so she said those things. But as time slowly passed, the forest that usually took 20 minutes to pass still had not been exited even after more than half an hour. At this point, the man in the back also sensed something was wrong. He said the same tree along the roadside had already been seen 7 times. The man looked out the window and was instantly terrified. Before he could even speak, a piece of funeral money suddenly stuck to his face. He was so frightened he could not say a word. At that moment, the older woman said it must be someone holding a funeral nearby, and the strong wind blew it over, so everyone should not be afraid. The female white-collar worker also agreed with her, telling everyone not to scare themselves. But the next second, she grabbed her bag and pressed it against her stomach, afraid of being discovered. At the same time, the bell on the bus began ringing non-stop. Then the light suddenly went out. The woman instinctively slammed on the brakes and was shocked to find a tree standing right in the middle of the road. Only then did the woman finally confirm that there must be a pregnant passenger on board. So she immediately shouted and questioned everyone, but none of the terrified passengers dared to admit it.